Hi there. I would like to introduce you to a mini series that we're gonna make on organizing oneself to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. I have a guest with me, Bella, and Bella also wrote a book on financial confidence for teenagers. So, in our discussions, we are also gonna bring in the financial benefits of having an organized lifestyle. And Bella would know a lot about that because she's also an accountant, so she knows tracking. But it's not only about that. In her daily life, in different aspects when it comes to health and friends and socialization and everything, she would talk also about how she organizes herself. For me, as a health coach, it's very interesting to find someone that is so focused on getting their dreams met and organizing themselves. You know, these days it's so difficult to get time for yourself and to really find that balance. And so this mini series is going to be about 4 sessions or so, where we're going to talk about the different aspects that come in when it comes to organizing oneself. And I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, we're gonna start. Take care. Thanks.
When I go on my evening walks, I know that Monday is coming. I know that I spend this number of hours at work. I know that I get up in the morning and go for a walk. Then I go to work. Then I know how my day is planned out. I know that within all of that, I have to eat. I need to do shopping. I need to spend time. So when you are doing a walk, it's that time of contemplation. How do I fit it all in? What am I doing? It's like, okay, this is what my menu is going to be like. If you're thinking about it, okay, if my menu, I'm going to be eating sweet potatoes, cassava, spinach. Okay, when am I? What do I have at home? My shopping is what day? Maybe on Saturdays I shop, or Wednesdays I shop. Living in the West is good because I have a basket online in my local grocery shop, like Sainsbury's, and I just go and put my regular stuff that I buy from the shop in my basket and fill it up. And I don't go into the shop because I do online shopping. It gets put in the cart and I pick it up.
Yeah.
Which also saves me the trouble of going into a shop and being tempted by lovely smells, things on sale. So I protect myself from that kind of advertising by not going in. But I always go into the African shop because I want to see what the fresh vegetables look like. The okra should be fresh. I want to pick those out. But I have a list where I know that these are the things I go in there to pick. So sometimes I'm like, I have a cash card where there's just cash in this. So I don't spend over this budget. This is what I do. So just during a walk, thinking about what your week is going to be like. What are you going to eat? Do a meal plan.
So it's like, because you have planned, you have like organized everything, then you realize that during certain activities things could be combined, whereby you save time and energy actually to put it in another activity whereby you manage better and the organization flows because you can integrate activities together. Yeah, that's also one of the things, like going for a walk with a friend, then you would combine your social with your activity at the same time, or combining
I have a couple of friends that we're really not going, like, especially in the summer, we go to beaches together, or we plan like long time, but we don't see each other often. So it's like we do actually always say, okay, but we meet once a year. Okay, we'll go to Brighton for that weekend. So this weekend we're meeting, but it's for a long hike. We spend time together. And we've had a catch up.
Okay. Yeah.
So in terms of friendships, you inbuild that.
Yeah.
And we talked about reading as well, where it's like you have audiobooks.
Your audiobooks, yeah.
Yes, it's like I have particular subjects that I want to improve in, or things that I am working on. Like even with our health, as we've said, for me, the health journey has just been amazing, and it's been long. It's been like, but I am one of those people that would incorporate it only by learning about it. So spending a lot of time, but planning in terms of who are my subject expert. Yes. So you're not just going on YouTube and saying this person says, oh, like tummy fat, burn 10 tummy fat in 1 week by taking this. when you know it's sensationalized, and we have a lot of that on YouTube, don't you? Where people have just like just to catch
Quick fix. We call them quick fixes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a way to catch you in. Like,
Yes.
we could make this magic for you. Throw the magic wand and you'll be like, okay, next time. You don't have to do anything. Just...
So it's also, it's magic. It will happen overnight. Like with money. Oh, you don't need to save, you don't need to plan, it will happen overnight. You'll be rich.
Just download this app.
Yes. and it's all of those things where it's like trying to get your mindset like, who are the subject experts in this? Who knows what they're talking about? Whose podcast do I want to listen to? Because we're talking about the attention.
Yeah.
People trying to get your attention. Who do I want to give my attention to because it's going to add value to my life? So being able to know those people, then listen to them, and then, but I think it's one of those things where when you learn, how quickly do you implement? Because I think with this challenge that we've had, our first cycle was all about education. We gave a lot of information to all the campus. But it's also about how quickly do you implement that into your life? How do you take that information and make it useful so that it adds benefits to your life? So when we talk about being organized, it's also being organized in a way that you're able to put the things that you learn into practice.
Yeah.
So it's very much like, okay, I don't have time, but every morning if I get up from bed, because I have clarity in my goals in terms of I know that I want to get fit. So the minute I roll out of bed, even if I know that today is a jam-packed day for work, I'm going to do 10 press-ups by the side of my bed.
Okay.
Before I go brush my teeth and continue with my day. You get what I mean? So you fit in the exercise, and then you build that kind of integrity with your own self, where it's like, I say and I do.
Walk your talk.
Yes, I'm walking my talk.
Yeah. That's one of my mottos. I have to walk my talk.
So I think even in this conversation we are having, and I think that is what we're trying to get the campus to do. It's like, when you say, you do. And it doesn't matter how little it is. It's like being organized in the way that when I get to the kitchen in the morning to get my coffee, I can see my lemons by the side or my apple cider vinegar. So I put it and I drink that glass of apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning. And I just, before I go out the door. So it's being organized in terms of even tidying your environment, your space. We're talking about being tidy. Where you're putting it in a place where it's visual, where you can see it.
Yep.
And because you can see it, you do it. I get up, this is where it is, it's next to my coffee pot. So that instead of having the coffee, maybe I'm having the glass of apple cider. Because, yes.
Yeah.
And organizing your space in the morning where, okay, I'm going to make sure that the side of my bed is empty so that I'll just do those press-ups there. You get what I mean?
Yeah, you have to make your space. You have to make your space. Even though it's not going to happen.
You have to
you have to make your space. Yeah. And you have to organize, because if you have clutter around, there's no way you're going to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, even like before you sleep the night before, putting your shoes, your sport shoes, if you're going to be able to go do that exercise first thing in the morning, make sure that your clothes are hanging there so that it's a prompt. The minute you get up, that's the prompt. Because being organized is a life skill, and we are not taught it in schools. We are not taught it.
No.
And it's not, and that is one of the things where I keep saying that in Cameroon there was a subject where they're teaching domestic science.
Yeah, I did that.
Yes, I did domestics, but I'm like, why are they not teaching people how to tidy, how to wash, clean, iron, and put away, and the importance of it? But I think even with our background and our environment. Because I remember going to high school. I was in Baptist high school, and I have my friend now who she's just she always just laughs. Then I had to like straighten your bed after you. It's like I was so careless, Lucilla. Like things falling like everywhere around. But it's one of those things where I have come to learn the importance of being organized. But I've learned that in the West. I remember getting married and we used to live in central London in a one-bedroom apartment. And it's very much like, how do you manage this space, this small space, and get the best out of it? You get what I mean? And make it work. And then you come to see how it's so important to be organized, minimalist. I think that's another word that we should use in this conversation.
Yes.
Minimalist.
Yes.
Because we like cargo. It is. But the thing about cargo as well, and being compassionate and coming from where we come from, we've come from a mindset of lack.
Yes, I'm not enough, and I don't have enough.
Yes, and because you come from a mindset of lack, you want to accumulate.
Yeah.
And then when you finally realize, you get to a place where you're learning or being in an environment where you're like, it's not about the amount of material things that you have around you. Just you being you are enough.
It's enough. Bingo! We got some other good stuff coming. You are enough. But that we could have another talk on, I guess. Yeah.
I think Marissa Pierre, she's a counselor, and
I read her book on that too. I really love the book. Yeah.
I am enough. Sometimes maybe having things around you that self-signal you.
Yeah.
That are just telling you when you are in that place of lack. When you're thinking like, I am not enough.
I have a mark that maybe I should send to you at one point also. Things signaling you. When you say things signaling you, the mark of my company says, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live.
Yes.
From Actinoid. So it's when somebody has done like 6 months program, they get it so that they are triggered. They stay with the fact that it's about you. It's about your body. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, so I keep asking, even like when I talk about we like cargo, how many clothes can you wear at once?
Yep.
Because the thing is, because we have so much, it actually builds the clutter.
Yeah.
And the clutter disorients you. The clutter makes you feel like it's like overwhelmed. It takes you into overwhelm. And it makes your thinking the way you think. You get what I mean? So it's very much like choose. I keep saying, why do we need an ashwabi for every occasion?
I don't have that.
No,
but I'm just saying, I don't have that because I've told you this before, Bella. I shop like a guy.
Yes.
I have like 5 pairs of trousers and I have tops, and I combine and I live my life. And if I have to wash regularly and put it away, I know I would always have something to wear.
Yeah. So now what I'm saying, we know who our audience is that we are having this conversation, and I think it's nice to have this conversation.
Yeah.
If we don't start having pushbacks, I'll tell you a bit of a story. My aunt died in Cameroon and I went for her funeral. And the whole family, Ashwabi. And I'm like, I'm not paying for Ashwabi. I brought a black dress. I'm going to wear for a black dress to mourn her. And one of my cousins had come from Gabon. I think one of his, and she had 3 children, and she was sewing Ashwabi for all these 3 children and herself. And after that, she came to ask me for school fees for her children. And for me, the question was like, what are your priorities? Was it school fees Or how much money did you spend to sew yourself ashwabi and ashwabi for all these kids?
That's like social pressure messing up with your organization.
Yes, but why I use that anecdote or that story is just that we need to start pushing back on some of these social pressures and conventions, and like, okay, I have a black dress that I use for funerals. I in the UK, I have black dress for funeral. I also have the Bamileke country material fabric. Where if I am going for a funeral which is family related, I always wear that fabric. So everybody knows that if they see me at a Bamileke funeral, I am going to wear the blue traditional fabric. You know what I mean? I don't need 10 ashwabis for every single occasion. I don't need, but it's one of those things where sometimes you have to push back against your own family. But it's also wanting to ask the question that, why am I doing this? Is it for the social?
Yeah, because would you wear it again? Would you wear those ashwabis on different occasions?
Some people do, but the question, some people don't. It's like it was just for that occasion.
Okay. I don't have any. I was like, but yeah, and so I think it's very important what you're saying. Yeah, I think it's very important.
Like also like telling people that okay, you know that if people who go to church, they know that they go to church every Sunday. And just like we're talking about the organization, do you prepare the dress what you're going to wear to church on Sunday on a Saturday night? Or do you get what I mean? Like we're talking about the iron.
Yeah.
How many outfits do you have, and do you need all of that? And have you? Because I do laundry on Wednesdays, and I think when we're talking about sleep, I say I change my sheets every Wednesdays because I have a routine and being organized in terms of every week at this time I change the bed sheets at this time, and you make the time for it because you are organized. You know that you do the laundry on these days, you know that you're ironing on these days, you know, and you put it, you organize your life in such a way that you're not struggling, okay, on Sunday, like, oh, I don't have clean clothes.
Yeah.
I need to go out. So in terms of, I think it's a general conversation, not just how it affects our health and wellness, but it affects our mental.
Yeah.
Because
Because
you're organized, you're less stressed.
Yeah, less stress. I think that's one of the benefits we really have to put, the fact that organization would give you less stress because you know what you're going to do, where you're going to go, and if less stress also emotionally when you get up in the morning and you know what you're going to wear.
Yeah.
You're off and going. You don't even have to scroll at somebody, where are my socks?
Yes. I think that is so much the importance that we want to bring through, guys, in terms of being organized in, like I talked in the beginning, in terms of different categories. You start small.
Yes.
Because you don't want to get into overwhelm. Start small in terms of, okay, maybe I would organize just in terms of, because I'm doing the health and fitness, I'm going to organize, okay, I have 3 t-shirts that I use for sports and maybe 4 bottoms or 3 bottoms. Put them together. It's like, I know that I'm going to wash them on this day. And so you start small and you're organized in that way.
This was so interesting. It's amazing to see all the habits that Bella has integrated in her lifestyle to make it work for her. I just wanted to say, with the programs at Act to Nourish, that's what we try to do, because that's where the real transformation is found, where you coach someone through baby steps to bring and to integrate these healthy habits into their lifestyle, and thereby creating a healthy lifestyle and the life that they desire. So stay tuned for the 3rd part of this series. Before I forget, please subscribe to the channel if you really want to hear more on this subject. Thank you.